Hello everyone, we are here today to interview Sandra Vida from IATEFL-Slovenia. Sandra has been a teacher for decades. She was also president of the IATEFL-Slovenia, and currently she is one of the board members and she's responsible for public relations. Hello Sandra.
Hi.
So, in this short interview we're going to talk about 4 different areas. The first area is your language learning history. Where did you start learning English?
5th grade primary school. I remember that the teacher in the 5th grade was really boring and horrible. And she had a horrible pronunciation. I don't know how I noticed that. So maybe I must have heard it somewhere before, but yeah, I would still say 5th grade, yeah.
And during your language learning history, who was your favorite teacher at primary or at secondary school or at university?
Well, I had the bad fortune of having a series of really bad teachers of English for quite a long time. And there was one teacher in the secondary school who was different, if not really good, at least different. And I've been thinking about my kind of influences or how I see that. And I think I knew very early on what kind of a teacher I don't want to be, rather than what I want to be like. This teacher really knew what she was talking about. You could see that she had traveled. You could see that she talks from experience. And on occasions, not always, she was genuine. Like, she told us things from her experience. And I thinking back, all the memories I have of English lessons are the memories where she talked about, like, stories about what happened to her or how she learned something, things like that.
Let's move on to your teaching career. I mean, my question also relates to the first area. So why did you decide to become a teacher?
Oh, I don't know, but I know that very early on, like 1st, 2nd grade of primary school, I wanted to be a teacher. At that point, I didn't want to be an English teacher yet, but just kind of teacher, having the red pen, correcting tests seemed like something, yay, I could do that. Of course, anyone who's been a teacher for more than 5 minutes knows that a red pen and correcting tests is the most horrible, boring task you need to do. But I can't really imagine myself doing anything else really than teaching. Kind of, this comes very natural to me.
Where did you start your teaching career?
Well, now you call it a career. Actually, after my university, I sent one single application for the one job that I wanted really badly, and I got that one, and I'm still at the same school. So yeah, calling it a career, okay, yeah, but it's not like I started somewhere and I moved on to better things, because I started with a really good thing. So yeah.
How have you changed since you started teaching? So in terms of methods, techniques, and also attitude?
Well, one thing I used to be very reliant on, which I think is normal when you start teaching, is I used to rely on the textbook very much. Now I don't. Now I rely on my students. I believe in the fact that you cannot force anything into anyone if they are not ready. So I also have no problems leaving things out, replacing them with better things. Like when I started, I used to regard the textbook as the Bible, as something you have to do, as the curriculum, as like, and now I think my job is to make sure at the end of their schooling they are proficient, independent users of English.
Can you talk about a little bit about your students and about your school?
Yeah, I teach at a very special school in Slovenia, which is just across the border from Hungary. So there is a lot of people who are of Hungarian descent, and that's why this is a bilingual area. So in our school, everybody learns everything in both languages, Hungarian and Slovenian, except for English. I wasn't born here. I moved here when I got married, and I had to learn Hungarian later. So I'm not as proficient as I would like to be. I see my children who have both finished bilingual schools. They're both proficient in both languages, and that's just wow. So it's a special school, in a way catering for the minority of Hungarians in Slovenia. It's like a school center with, I think, currently 17 different programs, which we teach in combination, meaning that programs that are similar will come together at English classes, but they will have separate classes for their, like if they are mechanical technicians or chemistry technicians or whatever. So
I think we can move on to IATEFL. So you were the president of IATEFL-Slovenia. Can you talk about it?
I've been a part of IATEFL-Slovenia for a really long time. Like I think more than, it will be 20 years almost. So a lot of people think I've been here forever. And some people think I should kind of go and make space for others. But the reason I started is still the same today. Like when I started being active was, I live in the suburbs of Slovenia, like the farthest from the capital you can possibly live. And when I saw IATEFL, I saw that as a means for me to get connected to the center, to get kind of involved with what's going on, even from afar. And at one point, I decided to become the president because we had a really bad crisis at the moment, and there were talks of shutting the association down because nobody wanted to take over, kind of. And at that moment, I realized that I really personally need this association for my personal growth. So the reason why I'm still involved, because the amount of development, not only professional, personal, the amount of possibilities that opened up for me because of IATEFL, like I could never have imagined that much, but I'm really grateful now for all those opportunities. I think being part of IATEFL, being the president, made me who I am, made me much more confident, much more, open.
And what do you consider your biggest achievement as the president of IATEFL?
My biggest achievement is also my biggest passion. It's the IATEFL Slovenia conference. And I took over, as I said, not only the association, everything was in decline. People didn't see the reason why they should come or why they should contribute. I'm really, really happy to say that it took, I think, 7 years for people to turn around now. And now, after more than 15 years, we had we really have people who actually want to come, want to contribute. And this shift in the thinking of IATEFL-Slovenia is an association that gives, that affords opportunities, that like also the conference is something I need to be. If school sent you to a seminar, it would be a boring thing and you didn't want to be there and everybody wanted to get out as soon as possible. With the conference, I think I managed to change the mindset of a lot of people into coming early, taking the best of it, and staying until the end. Things like that. I think I'm really proud of that.
How would you convince someone who is hesitant to attend the 2022 Winter Warmer in Hungary, obviously online?
I think it's really hard at this. It was really easy to persuade people to join an online conference 2 years ago when we were all kind of scared and wanted to stay home, and we didn't have 2 years of Zooming behind us. It's much harder now, and I have to say I was slightly disappointed when I saw it would be an online conference, because we so need the face-to-face contact. I mean, it's completely different. And in October, when I was at your conference, which was face-to-face or hybrid for some people, but at least I was there live, it was so much better. So yes, in a way, I do understand it's hard to kind of take the day off and just sit in front of a computer listening to people speak. But on the other hand, it's still a way of being part of something bigger. Like, I think every teacher should make sure that they grow professionally. And I think online conference can be the easiest way to grow professionally, because you don't need to leave your house. You can still cook while you are listening to the people. It's not as good, but it's the next best thing.
In the final part of the interview, let's talk about some personal issues. It's possible. I mean, what do you do in your free time?
A lot of things. At the moment, my free time is divided between organizing the IATEFL-Slovenia conference, which will be in March, and we are eager to do it face-to-face. And we don't even plan on an online version, no matter what. So that's one thing. The other thing is I sing in a choir, which is also like bilingual. So we also sing Hungarian songs. And if there is anyone out there who has a choir, just contact me and we'll come, or we'll invite you. We are always looking for Hungarian choirs to connect with. Otherwise, my family, I have a teenage daughter and one who's already at university, so that's plenty of work.
And finally, can you say just a few words in Hungarian to the
viewers? Köszönöm szépen.
Okay, thank you, Sandra. So this was the interview, and thanks for being available for us for this interview.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I was really honored to be invited as the plenary speaker. I hope I can live up to the expectations.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.